sometimes I had difficulty in the last few years that I coached in some of the people that I talked about, and the players had never heard of. And that was always amazing to me, but it's a different era that we're growing up in. And I used to tell them that they were getting history lessons on people. John Wooden may have been the best coach that ever lived. He did some things that no one will ever do. John Wooden is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, both as a player and as a coach. John Wooden actually won 10 national championships, March Madness. He won 10 in a row. They had the longest winning streak, consecutive wins ever in the history of college basketball. The records that he set, I'm sure, will never be broken. I mean, it's very difficult today to even repeat as a national champion. To do it 10 times in a row would be something unheard of. I heard John Wooden speak in New Mexico at not really a clinic, but a thing that I was able to attend. And John Wooden spoke about the first day of practice for the UCLA basketball team. And he talked about the first day of practice when they came in. He taught them how to dress for practice. I thought, you gotta be kidding me. And one of the things that they spent a great deal of time on was how to put on socks. And he went into great detail in that speech of how you take your socks, you roll them down to their smallest form, and you pull them over your foot. And you start unwinding as you go up your foot. And you eliminate any creases or any lax part of that sock. That sock is skin tight. If your sock is skin tight, you will not get a blister. And he said the number one reason people miss practice or don't perform in practice is blisters on their feet. And he said he didn't care what shoe they wore, but they had to put their socks on exactly right. And then he went into detail of how they laced their shoes up to where there wasn't a difference in the bottom and the top lace, so that they didn't have any laxness or give in the shoe. What do you think that quality is? That's conscientious. Now, what point was he making? And that's what they did the first day of practice. They learned how to dress for practice. Exactly how to dress. Well, when he's coaching a play that they're going to run in basketball, how detailed do you think he was as far as where your feet went or the things that you did? I mean, it was the most conscientious, detail-oriented speech that I've ever heard. But I thought, if you played for him, then you would become a master of being conscientious and being detail-oriented. Well, how are you as far as conscientious? Do you just put the shoes and socks on any way you can get them, and then when you get blisters, do you complain about it? Do you go out there and push a wheelbarrow without gloves? And then when you get blisters on your hands, complain about it? That's conscientious. That's having the quality of being conscientious, being detail-oriented. My mother was detail-oriented and conscientious as far as weeding a garden. I mean, there wasn't a weed in our garden. And Mother inspected it every week. She expected great things and she inspected. And that's essentially what we do on Friday, inspect and expect. Be conscientious. Maybe not to the degree that John Wooden was, but be conscientious. Think about how conscientious and detail-oriented he was and how successful he was. And it'll make you a better you.